Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to the series of how to use programming in automation. So, as part of this series, today I'm going to show you how to use for of loop in automation. Okay, so I'll show you how to use for of loop in automation. Okay, so we use for of loop to go through the items in the list one by one. Okay, I'll repeat once again. We use for of loop to go through the each item in a list one by one. Okay, so the list can be array, map, or set. Okay, so the syntax is, syntax is for let or const anything value of iterable, and here is our code. You want to traverse or you want to iterate. Okay, so here the value is the variable. Okay, so value is a variable. It holds each item one by one. First time it holds first item, then perform some action or print the text or anything. Again it takes the second item, so each items will store in this value variable. And here the iterable is an array. Okay, so array or map or set, it can be anything. Okay, so it can be like a um, list like structures. Okay, so this is the structure for let value variable of iterable. Okay, so remember that we use for of loop to go through each element in an array. Okay, so for in loop we use in the when we go through objects, correct, but for arrays. Okay, so to show you this, I will use two application. One is I will take Amazon and I will take all these this navigation items in some variable, and the action I will perform is I will take the text, and if the text includes mobile, then I will click on it. Okay, so I will show this example. Then in this application, this selenium practice application, I will use this web table. Okay, so I will use for of loop to go through each row in this table, and if the salary is more than 12,000, then I will click on this delete button. Okay, so I will show you these two things. Okay, let's get started. So I will use, for this is for of. Okay, I'll just remove these two lines and I'll remove everything. I will use the same thing. Okay, okay, first I'll show you this web table. Okay, for a flow. Okay, so what we need to do first, we need to collect the table data. Okay, so let us inspect table, and we will keep the data in some variable. Okay, so here we have table, the body, and tr. Okay, so we will take that table t body tr. Okay, we want rows, so we'll take this. So what I'll show, I will keep all these rows in some variable, and I will use for of loop, and I will validate, and I will go through each item one by one, and I'll say if the salary is greater than 12,000, then I will click on this delete button. Okay, I'll keep this variable. Okay. Const rows. I will call it rows, and await page dot locator, and this is the locator, and I want to collect all the rows, so I will say dot all. Okay, so just remember this method. Dot all will collect all the items, like in my previous example I've used double dollars. Okay, so we can use this or dot all. Okay. Okay, so now let us use for of loop. For const row is a variable of rows. Okay, so this is what we want to go through each element. So this is an array here. Okay. Okay, so this is a variable and this is the iterable in the syntax. Okay, so this rows I'm taking here. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do, so this is the table. In this table I want to go to the data and I want to validate the salary, correct? So I will go to td. So here td is what is having the data. Td means table data. Okay, so here I will go to the td. Okay, so which td we want to go? We want to go to, this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth column. So we will say nth of 4. Okay. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. We want salary column, correct? So I will say const salary is equal to await row dot locator. Row dot locator. Okay. Okay, so here I'm not going into this entire uh, page or entire table. Okay, so I'll explain once again. So here so this row has first row. First time when it execute, it will go to the first row, and in first row, and in that first row I want td tag. I will take the td tag of what? Fourth. So nth of 4. Okay, so in that I want text content. I want to fetch the text of it. Okay, so here row dot locator, this is important. Okay, so here I'm not checking in the entire table, I'm just checking in the first row. Okay, so first row in the td column, then here it takes the fourth one is what? Salary column. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just checking. So here I will call it salary text because it will be string. Okay, so now I'll convert this into number. So const salary is equal to, how to convert it into number? By using number method or parseInt. Number of which one you want to convert? Salary text. So pass this salary text dot, we will use trim. Okay. Okay, so now we will put the condition. So what condition? If salary greater than or is equal to 12,000, then what we want to do? We want to click on this delete icon. Okay. Okay, so now let us inspect this delete icon. So we have this class. Let us take this class. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now await row dot locator, sorry, row dot locator. So this is the locator dot click. So if we press click, then it will get deleted. Okay. Okay, so here I'll explain once again. First time it will come to the first row and it took the text of it and validate if salary is greater than 12,000. So here first one, salary is not greater than 12,000. So the condition fails. It will not click on the delete button. Then comes to the second row. Then it checks salary is greater than 12,000. Correct. Then it go inside this row. Then it's already in the row. Then click on this delete button. Okay. Okay, so now I'll give some weight. Okay, and I'll put some console statement. Console.log. I will say deleted the row with salary. So with salary, it will come here. Okay. Okay. Then I will give some weight. A wait page dot wait for timeout. I'll give some 1 second. Okay. Okay. So now let us execute this. So I did not create separate spec file in the foreign itself. I'm doing. So you can see that it deleted the salary which is greater than 12,000. So earlier there were 5 rows. Now there are only 3 rows. Okay. Okay. So if you can see here, so 2 rows are having greater than 12,000 and it deleted that. Okay. Okay. So we got the message also deleted rows with salary 12,000. Okay. Okay. So now I'll show you the Amazon example. Okay. Okay. And if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Okay. I hope you understand this. Okay. So dot all is to collect all the elements matching with this locator. Okay. Okay. So now I'll comment this. We'll use Amazon. Okay. Copy. Okay. So now what we need to do? First, we need to collect all these navigation items in some variable. Okay. Okay. Let us inspect. There is ID. Let us take ID. Okay. One matching element in that UL. Give some space and give UL. And in the UL, there is LI. So give LI. Okay. Let us take this. You can see that it's highlighting. Let us take this locator. Okay. So we'll take this locator and keep it in some variable. So const will say nav items means navigation items is equal to page dot locator. This is the locator dot all. Okay. So we can use dot all or double dollar. Okay. So in this case, I will show you double dollars. Okay. Okay. So now what we need to do, we need to use for loop to go through each of these items. Okay. So how to use that? For const, I'll call item of this navigation items. Okay. Okay. So now what we need to do, we need to get here, we need to click on it. Correct. So we need to get the link. Correct. We need to click on the link. So here we will keep link in some variable. Okay. So inside this li tag, so we are having this anchor tag. Okay. So we want to click on this link. Correct. So we will keep this in some variable. Okay. So we will say const link is equal to await item. Item is first time, it holds the first item. Okay, I mean first tab. Okay, so item dot dollar of a. I'll tell you what is this. Okay, so here I'm using double dollar. It means it gives the all matching elements if double dollar indicates all the matching elements. Okay, so here I'm in item. Okay, so item means first time it will come to this fresh or mx player, just think anything. Okay, so first time it will come only here, it will hold only this mx player here, not entire thing. Okay, only mx player. Mx player is li, in that there is only one a tag. Correct, so I'm using just single dollar. Okay, so double dollar means multiple or more the multiple elements, single dollar means single element. Okay, and it will, so now I came to this link. Now I want to get the text of this link. So here, see, I'm here, I want to get the text of this, so I can, based on the text, I can click on the link. So we'll say const text is equal to await link dot inner text. Link dot inner text. Okay, so now we got the text of it. Correct, so now let us put condition. If text, text means if text is present or defined, then print all the text. I'll just say text. Okay, okay, let us execute and see. Okay, we are just trying to get the text of these navigation items. Okay, okay, we got. See, these are all the text of the navigation items. Okay, okay, so this contains the whole navigation items locator, and inside that, so when I say item, so as I said, it will come to the first one. So first one is fresh, then it got the link and got the inner text for us. Then second time it took another item mx player and it went inside the loop and took the second one and print the text of it. Okay, okay, so now what we will do is, so if the text is equal to mobiles, then click on it. Okay, so we'll say text dot trim. If text is equal to, we'll say mobile, yeah, mobiles, then I want to click on it. Okay, so await link dot click, I want to click on that link. So link dot click, before that we can give console statement, console dot log clicking on mobiles, and after clicking on that we will say break. Okay, okay, so this will exit from the loop. Okay, okay, so now let us execute once again. Okay, it clicked on mobile. Okay, so I gave it, yeah. Okay, so clicking on mobiles. Okay, so this is how we can use for of loop in automation. Okay, to traverse or to iterate through each item in the list. Okay, okay, so these two are just examples I gave. There will be many scenarios or use cases where we can use for of loop. Okay, so if you practice, you will come to know where you can use for of loop. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. And once again, I'm saying if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again.